Oh, what's the beta password? I forgot. I might be able to just give my retail.
Hold on, you're live.
Yeah, we're live now.
Oh, never mind. Huh.
So I might send it to you. If I even know where to find it.
Don't worry about it. I'll just be a pretty face on camera if possible.
And we got Lyric Page, who's the first one here. Thank you, Lyric. Welcome to the show. Magic Man, thank you. What's up, man? How you doing? Oh, somebody's got their Series X. Nice. Xbot guy for you. What's up, Shark? Garlic Burp, Macron, everybody. Yes, what's up, Something Visited? How we doing? We are going to be doing some revealing gameplay today.
Something Visited. Sorry, I didn't respond to you last night. I didn't realize you were in chat or in our party until you left.
Just waiting for the ad. Salve from Brazil. Thank you. Salud. I don't know, or whatever the Portuguese equivalent is. Hi, hello from Ecuador. Buenos dias. Bringing on the lethal zone. Yes. Damn, it's midnight there in Germany. What is lethal zone?
Yeah,
oh, we're gonna go over that. Yeah, we're gonna go over that. Where's Jeffrey at? Jeffrey's on sabbatical, Raven. Fresh pair of underpants. I would actually suggest you just keep those old underpants around because it's gonna get real dirty. Real dirty. I don't know how else to say that. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. People are gonna die, but we're all gonna have a good time. How many people are jumping in? Well, the original idea was to get 2 of us in here, but I don't know that we're gonna be able to do that. So 1? We'll get 1. Brant and Joe are gonna be talking about it. Brant and Joe are gonna be talking about sort of what's on the agenda, which I also have in front of me. And then I'm going to be doing some stuff in Lethal while they're talking, and trying very hard not to die. Which, shouldn't be too bad. Where is Jeffrey? Jeffrey is on sabbatical. I need a command for that. I need like a exclamation point Jeffrey. Jeffrey on sabbatical. Yeah. Well, yeah, Joe squared. I mean, Brant screwed up the program again, right?
What?
Like, I don't know. We could have been Joe cubed, but no, we're Joe squared times Brant.
Times Brant, you. I don't know what that means.
I do. It means you're going to buy me lunch.
What? I actually don't understand the math there, but.
Oh. Well, my stomach understands the math. It says buy me lunch. It's not Brant's fault. Oh, God. Leave it to the fans. Leave it to the fans to come to your defense.
That's right.
Except for the other ones who were like, blame Brant. They're completely split.
Come on.
All right. 1 grab means death. Oh, player versus world. Yeah. We'll talk about how you're going to die. Not exactly new zombies. There's zombies that have been in the game, but we'll talk about it, and you'll get to see some pretty awful gameplay from somebody like me. We're at 2:58, so I guess I need to verify that the game is gonna behave. All right, so pay no attention to the fact that this is the beta, everybody. At least, but remember that this is that this thing exists, because we do want you to sign up for it. It's a little bit of both. It's a newish community, but I did some preliminary setup before them, so we're in a not so terrible place.
But you're not going to show them what the absolute murder that it is to put a scratch community in.
Do you want me to? We could do that in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. When these guys all die, gotcha. Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's going to be how it works.
Yeah. Well, no, the community here, the city on the hill, they're not going to die today.
Oh, you don't think so?
Hopefully.
What's the over/under?
No, I don't. The over/under is lunch.
Okay, you're on.
Okay.
But you have to do things like you normally would.
What do you mean by I normally would? Like I can't just sit at home? Yeah, you can't
sit at home, and you have to run around with shotguns and no healing.
Shotguns and no healing? No. What? I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like a terrible plan. Terrible plan.
It's a great way to show off how bad lethal is.
Yeah, it's.
Should we just with the fresh community?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do that. Okay, I'll make a fresh community, and then I will do like right from the beginning. So I mean, I do have an extra slot.
We're only going to stream as long as Joe's community is alive. So this is going to be a 4-minute stream.
But I'm gonna literally try to get before we to.
It's 3:00.
Right? Oh.
Let's do this.
Do this. All right, let's do this. Let me my map really quick. Lethal. I'm gonna take random survivors here in a second. Where am I at? Alt tab. OBS. Okay. All right, folks, we're gonna get the show started in earnest. Give me just a few seconds, and then we'll be up and going. All right, here we go. Logo video. Everybody, shh. Hello, survivors. How are you doing today? It's Monday. I'm Joe Swerner. I'm your host. I'm going to be hopefully a lethal survivor. I may or may not at the current space. However, we're going to get there. All right. So, without further ado, on our agenda today is to play a little bit of Lethal Zone. I'm going to be playing lethal difficulty, and apparently at first we're going to do one where I die, just to make sure that it happens, and then we're going to take one that I've actually built up a little bit so that I don't die. We've sorted through 21 entries for our Fearsome Footage pack, by the way, folks. And I just want to thank everybody for putting that in there. It was super awesome to see you guys turn out for the 7 riddles and the photography. And it's just great. So thank you for all of those entries. I've got a few favorites that I've chosen to show near the end of the stream. Hopefully I will not be crying into my microphone as we talk about them by then. But without further ado, let's get on over to the guest. Let's get on over to the guest scene. Did I put it that way? That's the one. Oh, but somehow I turned that off. Yay! Great. Oh dear. All of the things are whacked out. All right, let's fix this real quick. Boop. Okay. All right. So there's Joe and there's Brant. Hi, hello. Brant. All right, Joe B is our producer.
Hello.
Over here. He's our special guy. And apparently I didn't get the camera properly set up. And then, of course, our small person over here, our lethal victim, is Brant Fitzgerald. Brant, would you like to say hello to the people? I would
like to say hello to the people. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. And then now we're going to get away from this so that we're hopefully a little better off. How does this keep going on like that? All right, I don't understand what's going on. So I need to fix this nameplate number 4 real quick. Right. Nameplate 4, what's your size?
I have no ego. I don't care if I'm small.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with these NDI sources. They were so good on the front screen, so I assumed they would be so good everywhere else. But no, I'm not. We're not good. Okay, so
Let's just get the gameplay because I gotta put you on a timer for this.
you got to put me on
Yeah.
a timer. All right. We'll go 1200. And we'll go 700, and we'll hope that that's good enough for Joe. And then we'll go boop, and there we go. Okay, not quite perfect, but as close as we're going to get for these 5 seconds. Okay, to the gameplay. Wherever that's going to be. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. All right.
Angel, I am so ready to start the timer on this because I want Joe to buy me lunch.
Well, but I said I was going to die for.
Player
As long as
versus
you
world.
mean other Joe, that's fine with me.
Player versus world says lethal zone equals play like Brant zone. Yes, actually. Die horribly.
Yeah,
Screaming.
yeah. Die horribly. Okay. All right. So, how quickly do you want me to try to die here, Brant?
Just
Because I think I can do it really fast.
Yeah, it's going to be super easy for you to die. If you don't sneak around, if you're not aware of your surroundings, you'll run.
Oh, I ended up at Providence Ridge. This might be harder than I thought.
Okay, I'm starting.
Okay. Oh, no, not harder than I thought. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Guess what, kids?
Bloater. Where? Where's the bloater? I heard him say we've got one. Come on now. There it is. There we go. Come on. Come on, get him.
We're at 30 seconds right now, by the way.
Come on.
He played me. Now he's not attacking me. Come on.
There's your bloater.
Wait, you're trying to die now? That's not how I wanted to earn lunch.
I thought that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to try to find a way to die
One down.
immediately. Well, and hopefully these other two can die if they're trying to. All right. Oh no. How many people do we have? 2. Those are just regular zombies. And then, of course, I die
I'm going to put you all the way
all
there.
the way. Oh,
So y'all notice that Lethal Zone has something in it that we haven't done before. We've included
oh, hi.
we've included the Blood Plague Freaks.
What is that thing spitting on me? Yeah, the process might be the problem with the audio, as might be the. I had the noise suppressor on. I mean, oh, might just be my computer. 10,000.
220 total. Yeah.
There we go. Community video and audio. Yeah, I'm not sure. We started everything. Not sure.
I can mute if you want to take that audio suppressor off, Joe.
All right, that'll work. Let's see if that
Let me
helps.
find Teams. Okay.
All right. Here. Filters. Noise suppression. Remove that. All right. Is that better? Is that better audio? Okay. So that should be. It was the suppressor. Yeah. That's what I thought.
For some reason, the office is super loud today. So Joe was trying to find a way to not have you guys listen to the HVAC system above my head.
All right. So fresh survivors. It took me all of 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Granted, you were
to get rid of that one.
Being reckless, but I mean, the fact is, you started in there and you turned up where you're supposed to go, and there's a helmeted blood feral right there waiting for you.
Immediately, a plague feral was right there in front of me, and it takes 3 strikes to kill one. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might just be. Might just be something I need to work on. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna. I've done a little bit. I've done a little bit here, and then let's see where's that stuff. And Carolina's all good. Hygiene standards. We want Deshaun over here. Okay. I'm getting pinged a million ways to Sunday. So, Joe, since you're here, maybe you could talk a little bit about like what the hopes were.
Okay. Well, I mean,
what were the big targets? What we're trying to do with Lethal Zone?
Well, I mean, it comes back all the way back from when Green Zone shipped. As soon as we shipped Green Zone and it accomplished all of our goals, we heard that fan outcry just being like, now we want something even harder. And we knew that Green Zone, I mean, it met everybody up front with the newer players or players who were then interested in State of Decay 2 or had too hard of a time getting into it originally with just standard there. So we went on the easy side, made it more inviting for people to come out and try, because we knew difficulty sliders were coming. But the public response to Green Zone was, now we need something harder. So we knew that we had to fit this in somehow. So this is kind of our little love letter to the community of reaching out and proving to us that they really wanted something harder than that was there. And those ideas have been piling up for so long. So it was easy for us to take those things, implement the basics of what we were talking about, of making a more difficult difficulty setting. So it was pretty much fed to us what we needed to do. It was a love letter to everyone who's been playing for so long and has gotten really good at this game and really wanted to know what was next for the game and for themselves in terms of challenge. So we took it and threw it at you guys. We took everything in the kitchen sink that we could get our hands on and fit into our schedule and make it what it is now.
Sorry. All right. So provide mostly like it's sort of a love letter for everybody. All right. So what should players of all skill levels know about lethal difficulty? And please let me know if the changes I'm making on the back end while I'm distracted are improving my audio at all.
Sure. So all players of skill levels, unless you're like a pure nightmare or almost pure nightmare player, you really should not try Red Zone and expect to live. Like it's so difficult to go in with a scratch community alone. Unless you have a mastery of all the game's systems and the way that the game works, you are just in for a painful time. And you're basically not going to live long enough to learn anything about how you're playing and your knowledge of the game, that unless you're highly skilled or ready for a real challenge, you should probably stay out. Maybe dip your toe in it. Use those difficulty sliders to crank up one part of the game that you're comfortable with. But if you're an all green player, probably even an all standard player, maybe try ticking up a slider. But as soon as you go all lethal, you are kind of done. So if you're in a huge if you're in the mood for a huge challenge, give it a go. See how well you know the game. And that's kind of the challenge that I was looking for as I was kind of helping guide the team, and we were getting feedback from our beta players and everything. Was how can we make this that next level difficulty for everybody?
All right, sorry, I just ran into
Yeah.
a bloater.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real rough time. And I mean, you saw that pack of zombies. Like your car's already banged up, so.
Well, it was.
Oh, okay, was it?
Yeah, and that's one of the other things that's about that I really like about lethal difficulty is right, so I'm gonna tell you guys I'm not gonna help them. But the thing that I really like about lethal difficulty is that you haven't prepared. That would have cost me a lot, possibly even my entire life. You can go find your own friends. Sorry, soldiers. You can't even help me with these zombies right out of my face. Like,
I mean, you don't want to be friends with a guy who stands on top of grocery store dividers anyways.
Right? The audio is still breaking. Yeah, I'm afraid that it's just my machine. I have ordered a new computer, and it's going to be hot, and you'll get to see it next week. But for now, my processor might just be frying as we're sitting here. Let's see. Where else are we at? Game has no challenges left for me. Pretty close. I have been playing, much like a lot of our other beta players. I've been playing Lethal Zone for a couple of months now. In fact, as the measuring stick against which Lethal Zone was sort of balanced, it's kind of a big deal. So Plague Freaks, we've talked about plague infection rates. Have we? I guess. Are the plague infection rates are greatly increased. The audio is still choppy. Sorry. No, there's a huge change. Like, that's not just Blood Freaks. It's also like how much infection you take from a single swipe. So you'll notice here, I'm gonna kill this zombie because it's giving me the evil eye. But I didn't take a lot of. The reason I didn't take a lot is because I've got Carol here who has hygiene standards, so my entire community has 100 infection resistance. We'll talk about how to join the beta. Right now it's only on Steam, but yeah, the timers are down from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. How quickly you get infected is pretty quick, as you could see from the way that I got infected with the throwaway community. Let's see, what else are we dealing with here? Sorry, my brain's a little scattered. And we've got some cool new injury types, although they don't necessarily. They're going to be something that comes along later in life and makes things harder. Joe, do you know what those are, and can you speak to them?
Off the top of my head, there's a fair amount of them. Let me see if I can get the actual numbers up, because I think everyone's more interested in numbers.
My favorite one is called the Infected Bite. Yeah, I took acrobatics with this guy because you're going to do a lot of dodging. A lot of dodging.
So one thing I can say is that duplicate injuries, instead of applying 80% of that injury as trauma, or duplicate injuries instead apply 80% of that injury as trauma, compared to 66% in Nightmare. So that's one number that's going to be scary for a lot of people.
So more trauma. And trauma is this stuff that builds up over on the right hand side and takes away parts of your maximum health.
Yep.
For those of you that didn't know.
And then zombies can cause nearly twice as many different injuries as they do in lower difficulties, so leading to a much deeper injury stack piling up. So it's going to be very difficult to overcome those penalties as you start really getting knee deep into things.
All right. So there are more types of injuries that can be done. Does that mean the injuries that are going to be more frequent?
Yes.
I didn't just get stuck in a rock.
I think you did.
I got stuck on a rock. Okay. I've never gotten stuck on that rock. Nothing's quite going right today. Sorry about that. Lethal zone means car. No, I think that's just if I'm
It's
driving.
always good to showcase the stuck command.
Dodge a zombie, right? All right, so here we go. I don't have any fire, but that's okay. Oh, I don't. Oh, and I have a suppressor. That's good. All right, so there's some injury. Nope. Okay.
So some of the new injuries we've got, even just from basic zombies, it's a very small chance, but it's called deep gouges, and it's going to cause 7 trauma.
Nice. The one that I'm really looking forward to. Do you have that one in front? It's if you have it in front of you, it's called Infected Bite.
Yep. It is a brutal 100% chance of happening from basic zombies, and it's 20 trauma and 25% chance resistance. Like, you will almost always get this, and it's just 20 trauma up front, and it hurts. It will blow you away, basically.
And I don't know if this is in or not, but I think it's going to come later. But the idea of an infected bite is that you're now infected and things are going to suck for a little while.
Yep.
All right, come on, stop screaming. These non-screaming screamers, they need to stop screaming. All right, we'll pop a few stimulants, do some flying kicks.
I can't recall, Sev, if we do the Blood Juggernaut hordes. There's just a lot going on, but yeah, no, there's going to be. We did rejigger some of the hordes, so they're going to get quite a bit more hairy, more zombies in them in general, and some different combos that you haven't seen before.
All right, so we've come up to this hospital. Now, when we were talking earlier about knowing mastery, it's not just mastery of all of the parts of the game, but it's also mastery of each map. And so, shout out to Scarproof, who actually was the one who taught me this a long time ago. If you come to this particular box in this particular hospital here on Basalt, Drucker County. See, there it goes. Sorry. Anyway, here in Drucker County, there's always a plague cure in there. So if you're ever desperate in a lethal zone, anyway, there you go.
So are you saying that people should only play Drucker and Lethal Zone?
No, I'm just saying, like, that Drucker County is my home, and it's my favorite. And that's one of the reasons why. All right, so we're going to spend a little time up here. Spend a little time up here. We're going to need some gas at some point.
Are the costs for building things more?
Yes, they are, quite a bit. All right, so we are out and running around. So if I wanted to get storage level 2, I need 15 materials. Now, this used to be, in Nightmare, this is still 12, so it's even more. It's even larger than it was before. And the thing that I really want to upgrade is I want to try to get to this infirmary grade level 3. And you'll notice this used to be 20 or so materials, and now it's 25. So that's a full 25% increase in the cost of getting a infirmary level 3. So I'm out and about. I'm looking for materials. How much chemicals? Okay, probably more than enough chemicals for the upgrade. Yep. So mostly I need to go find materials, which is why we're up here and ring around. The second thing is I've got a plague heart nearby, so I wanted to show that off a little bit. But we've got Cash Beaumont over here.
Joe, they want to see your
We got
map
a
too.
PPK. They want to see my map? Okay. So I have destroyed 0 plague hearts. This is the one that's really big. 0 out of 34 plague hearts destroyed. So you guys probably noticed that a little bit. That's gonna be it's gonna be quite a change.
34 plague hearts.
So
That's actually abuse
34
in
plague
some
hearts.
cities. That's like considered abuse.
Well, it is pretty abusive, and we're not done explaining exactly how abusive it is. Now, a lot of this comes down to what you think game balance is, right? Now, some people they don't want to see something like just you put more health on something and cause the zombies to do more damage, and so we kind of leaned a lot into the blood plague and what it does. And so the blood plague in and of itself is the major challenge. Nope, the other one. Okay, go back. That other one's next week. So we'll grab the dynamite, as much of it as we can buy, which is quite a bit. So 9 bundles of dynamite. Let's go.
Real quick, I want to jump in and answer Marvin's question. Let me find it again.
Okay. ahead.
Marvin, where is it? Scrolled on me. Marvin, are all freaks blood freaks or is it a mix? All freaks are blood freaks. Oh, and since we're talking the plague hearts, you'll all love to know that they are much more hardy and will take a whole lot more punishment to take out. So those experiences, don't expect to go in and do the same thing that you've been doing. So just prepare for even worse circumstances. That's every aspect of every action that you should be taking in a normal like nightmare game. It's that much worse. I don't think we went through anything other than, I think, influence. We didn't change many of the costs, maybe a couple, not across the board, but all the actions that you're doing, yeah, more painful. So these plague hearts are going to be brutal.
All right, so I'm gonna start kicking it to death. We'll start kicking it. This is a shout out to Mr. Menard and the boot crew. So thank you everybody for being here. Now, right now, we've kind of cheesed this plague heart because it's inside of a safety zone on an outpost, and so it's not hard. But you can see how many more kicks it takes. Hashtag boot gang. Thank you, Malcuria. Right. So we're sitting here. All right. There we go. All right. So that many more kicks just to get it to the first. Now we also made it so that they're more. So
Resistant to explosives?
More resistant to explosives. Yes, thank you. It does take quite a bit of my concentration to not die here. Sorry.
Yeah, so in Nightmare, explosions do like minus 25% damage. We're looking at almost 3 times that amount of damage reduction from explosives in in Lethal.
This is giving me anxiety just watching.
Giving me, I mean, I'm playing. Sorry. All right. Whoop, bloop. Oh no. Okay. Uh-oh.
I need all the medicine now, please.
That's 2 ferals. Yeah, we gotta get out of here for that. All right. No touching. I said no touching. No touching. Stop that. All right. So now we've got Plague Cure, and of course, I don't know that this has changed. So this is probably going to despawn a lot of them. Hopefully not, because I don't like doing that kind of cheesy stuff. But climb up here, do what you need to do to survive. All right, yeah, it looks like it despawned all of them. That's kind of cheesy. Sorry, guys. Yay! Not my controller. Yep, I never should have reset my PC. Okay. All right, now we go back in and we try to finish it with the explosives we've got. We're gonna plant this one right there. Still not dead. How is it still not dead?
How many plague samples do you see, Joe?
Not very many.
For the record, this is already 10 minutes longer than the longest I've ever survived in Lethal Zone.
Uh-oh, that didn't go in. Not many. I mean, as a overall percentage of the number of zombies that I've killed. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. I'm out of explosives. Yeah, we have to kill 34 of these. Oh no, nope, don't get in the cloud.
Malevolence, there's plenty of things that we can do
What?
to make this even
Look how
harder.
many, look how close I was, you guys. That's how close I was
That,
to finishing this
that's
off.
the game trolling.
I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab that sledgehammer. Hey, why are there still plague zombies alive here?
Oh, because we took away that shockwave.
Lethal Zone.
What? We did what?
We took away the shockwave that clears out all the zombies around a plague heart when you defeat it. So they all stick around.
You mean that there's no automatic killing of plague zombies just by killing a plague heart?
Right.
That's crazy
You
talk.
gotta do that.
Oh.
You gotta do that 34
Oh,
times. And this
man.
was the first one. This was the first of
So,
34.
Does that mean that if I had actually succeeded in leaving those terrible alive without accidentally despawning because of the cheesy plague cure usage, that they would still be there too?
Yes, they would.
What about plague juggernauts? Would they still be there?
They would still be there. They would.
They die, right?
Nope. They are still there to feast upon your lovely, lovely flesh
Your
around
sweet
that
kids.
big heart that you just took out.
Oh no. All right, well, guys, I guess some of you heard it here first. Killing plague hearts no longer just immediately completely wipes out the map of plague zombies around you. So, anyway, can you get 75 hearts
Why
on
would
your
you
map?
want to?
No. If you want that, there are people in the community who can give
Yeah.
you that. And
Every building is a plague heart.
much, actually. So anyway, that folks is what you've got to look forward to when it comes to the plague zones. I'm super excited. I really love like that fight. Other than the fact that I had to go, I tried very hard not to cheese it, so I'm sorry, but it still happened. But you can see the fights are far more intense than they used to be, especially around Plague Hearts. A full clip from a dev crew might take you through the first wave, right? It might get you through the first what's the word I'm looking for? The first cloud.
Barf.
But it's not necessarily right. But it's not going to get you all the way through. Let's see here. Now, these plague bloaters, they're super nasty. Luckily, you know, I've got somebody who's got morning yoga. The guy that I'm driving away with right now. So now my injury reduction is going to be increased greatly. And I have a person with hygiene standards, so my to be increased as well. And so through the use of those two things, I'm basically taking, through the use of survivor skills, I'm taking taking this difficulty lethal and trying to pace with something like Nightmare.
Okay, Scar's asked this question a couple times. Scar, you can stop asking. Joe did have that last plague heart he looked at was actually in the influence area of an outpost, and he still got zombies. So the initial cheese was that first getting the first damage state on the heart wasn't spawning a bunch of zombies, but then as soon as he got past that, he obviously, as you saw, was inundated.
Yeah, as soon as I got, so there's really only like, we'll go with Brant's term here. There's only 2 power stages, right? Ultimately, you get the first one, and then that should spawn, like in Nightmare, that should spawn a feral, and then I'm gonna go in here.
I believe, and so Jason, is car damage higher, which means cars will break easier? Yes. So all sources deal about double damage, as opposed to like 60% that's in Nightmare. So your cars take that extra damage as well. I think we're at what, 5-6 zombies to total a car right now?
If that,
yeah.
Joe,
but the other difficulty is that the other problem is that in lethal difficulty, you're not going to find that many. You're not going to find cars that are in full repair.
Yep.
And you're not going to find that many
repair kits
either. And so a lot of the joy that I got early on, humans are not more lethal, Ludopop. We still think that humans are as hard as we wanted them to be, without feeling completely unfair. We might be able to, we might up that again and later, depending on how people react to the zone. But for now, hostile survivors are still the same as they are in Nightmare. Especially with the increase. Now we haven't even gotten. So there's another bloater. So far, you've only seen single freaks, but not really like the big packs of freaks that you would expect in Nightmare. The reason is we're still early in the community. As the community ages, you're going to start seeing packs of blood plague ferals, and those get really nasty. Choirs of screamers. The screamers actually, like, when they go off, it's kind of like they are in Heartland. They do summon in bloaters, at least one, every time they scream. Of course, that's the vertical scream, not the one that you saw, the puke on the ground and the big cloud of red comes up. Ultra strength rear end. No, it's not fixed. I think that's going to be a State of Decay fixture for a while. Alright, let's see if I can pick it up. There we go.
Angel, you won't see me playing in you won't see me taking my long-term community into Lethal Zone because I like my characters. But I'm sure I'll play on stream and you guys can all laugh at me.
So like, there's some questions about boons in Lethal Zones. Joe, can you speak to that one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have exactly what they do, but I mean, it's like that next tier of boon from Nightmare into Lethal. So yeah, you can acquire new boons. They'll increase the same kind of behaviors as you've seen. But yeah, you can earn new boons in Lethal.
Yeah, you have to earn them though. Your Nightmare ones aren't going to help.
Yep.
But yes, I would also make sure that you're building a team that can unlock those boons, because if the other thing is that they do function exactly like they did in the lower tiers. So if you go into these upper zones and you haven't unlocked it yet, especially with a long-term community, that means that they get deactivated forever. So as long as you remember that part, everything will be fine. Unlock them before moving. Unlock before moving them. Moving any of your long-term communities up, so that the boons don't get deactivated.
Just unlocked for future Lethal playthroughs. That's all. Maximum. Yeah. So not new boons, just a new tier of boons to play within Lethal.
Yes, thank you, Joe. All right, so where are we going? I still didn't get enough materials, so I guess we go this way.
Oh, important question from Bright Shadow. Are there any new achievements being added? Yes, we have a few select achievements being implemented with this.
They're fun, and they're a bit funny. So depending on your humor, which ours is a little dark, you may laugh along with us. Oh look, it's my repair van. Repair van. Look what I found. That's good business right there.
We have not said when it's coming out now.
Yeah, we're just now revealing it. Plague Busters and Plague Walls did not make it into the main game. Way Johnson, sorry about that. I'm gonna climb this water tower, and we're gonna find out what we're doing.
And yes, Celeste, you can move your community up to Lethal. Lethal is going to be that extra notch that you've seen on the difficulty sliders in the game up to this point. And so 5th slot is now Lethal, and when you change maps, you can change your difficulties. You can change your difficulty in the menus and everything. So you're good to go. Get your community ready to go, and then switch on over and see how well you do.
And you can't do any worse than this guy right here. Whoever this is that's doing our gameplay today, he's having a tough time.
You've lasted longer than me. And Brant already said you lasted longer than him.
The last time I play tested this, I had 3 communities expire in half the time Joe's been playing.
Yeah. No, I've become an expert at that new community flow, at how many times I've lost communities. Like starting from scratch, just jumping into Lethal is almost a pure death sentence. Like you would have to be someone really, really, really talented, I think, at this point to take a scratch community and take it to survive in Lethal.
Yeah, my last scratch community, all 3 of my characters died in the same place at different times because I kept going back to avenge their deaths or get the one gun I had that was on the first character. I'd sneak back and And the last time I was actually killed by the reanimated corpse of one of his friends. He actually got me. Yeah. So it was, yeah, that was rough.
I had
So the first community I ever played in the new Lethal Zone, I was doing okay. Like I hadn't killed any plague hearts or anything, and it really wasn't. That wasn't my goal. It wasn't my goal to kill plague hearts. I was just trying to, I was trying to like farm plague samples and so on and so forth. And so I spent a lot of time around plague hearts, and just hunting down zombies. Now the problem is I very quickly ran out of infection, and not having enough
Samples.
plague
Yeah.
samples to make a cure or to remove infection. Eventually, that entire thing was lost to plague. So there's a big reason why I chose the survivors that I did, and it's because of their hero traits or hero perks. Right now, we've got one that has morning yoga, which reduces injury severity, and the other one reduces plague infection or increases your plague infection resistance. And so make sure that if you're just trying to unlock, you need to be making like the best community you've ever had, most likely, when you step into the zone. That said, I would highly suggest you try it at least a few dozen times with fresh survivors, so that you can get a feel for the difference. Because even with that stuff, even with the stuff that I just said, you're still going to have a very different experience here in the Lethal Zone than you've had anywhere else. And so understanding that and how you need to react to it is very important.
We have a truckload of zombies coming in.
Okay, that's a lot of words.
I don't think I have had a community where the first person who was infected didn't die outright. From a scratch community, just the rates to get plague samples, unless you are ultra careful, you getting into a bad fight is going to leave you with at least one survivor dead. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Zombies are everywhere.
That's why I say don't take characters you love into this mode the first time you play it, because chances are they're not going to be around.
Yes, Bromo Sapiens. It is a new difficulty. So the Lethal Zone is our newest, and the reason we named it Lethal is to clearly communicate that your chance of death here is pretty high. The sieges are still sieges, right? So
Bloater, watch your shots.
however, as you can see, it's also a lot easier to bring in. There's a bloater that's actually headed in. This is a 1 minute siege, which even on Nightmare would be like 4 or 5 zombies. And as you can see, it's already more than that. I'm gonna close this gate.
Very nice. Oh, you got it.
Well, I closed the gate so that the bloater would explode to open it. See,
Nice.
and then I can just poke them as they come.
Yeah,
Wait for my.
Marvin, this is a great way to purge your survivor pool, without a doubt.
While there, we'd had it.
Also, one of the things that we didn't talk about is just exactly how much of the map is pre-looted. Now, I didn't go up here to loot any of these, but you'll notice that 3 of these 5 sites up here, where I usually get a lot of materials, 3 of the 5 are guaranteed loot, and this one may or may not actually have any lootable items in it because it has a plague heart, and so I won't know until I walk in. It is Player versus World. It is absolutely for people who might identify as masochists. That is true.
And by the way, Dead Man, the main play, unlock those boons, achievement hunting, say you've survived in Lethal Zone, and really to put yourself to that challenge of how well you understand the game. That's the point that we really wanted to send home with this mode, with this difficulty.
Let's see. Pumpkin pie. Not sure what you mean there.
Yeah, Player vs. World makes a great comparison. Same reason why people eat super duper spicy food. This, if you're familiar with the social media thing, the one chip challenge. This is the one chip challenge of State of Decay.
So one chip. I don't know that
I don't
I'm
know what that is.
familiar with that.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you dip one chip into like the hottest thing you could possibly
It,
imagine.
they have chips that you buy. One chip, it's like a large tortilla chip, and it's just coated in this death pepper stuff. Like it's mostly Carolina Reaper pepper, and they have a whole fun bit to go with it. But like you'll be able to get through the chip. It's the pain that comes an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours later that is the absolute death and the absolute pain. So you might feel comfortable starting in lethal zone, but once that bad moment hits, you are just going to feel it time and time and time again.
Joe, are you suggesting that playing Lethal Zone will give you IBS?
If you don't have it now, it certainly will.
I mean, to quote
It
one,
certainly will. And if you have it, it will certainly make it worse.
Perfect.
and to quote one of our beta players, I clinched everything. Everything is what the quote was. And so, yes,
Not just some things.
not just some,
Everything?
everything.
Everything that can clinch was clinched. Yeah.
Ooh, a heavy duty ammo press. I don't know if I want that.
Demonic Vampire, if you suck at this game too, you know what? That's why we have Green Zone for you, so that you can learn the game, come in, join in, get into that groove of understanding the game, and then as you feel like you want that additional challenge, you now have a farther achievement that you can go. We want this to feel like an accomplishment for people to complete. Plenty of people in your chat who can help you out too.
And that's the great thing about the sliders, right? Like if you just want to see if you can survive combat, you can put your map on green so that you have plenty of materials instead of like struggling to find them. And then you can also put your community on green so you get plenty of influence and you can buy all of the stuff that you want. And then just put your action meter on lethal. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, so you can actually sort of like mess around and prioritize like what it is that you want to play, right? Like if I want to play super action mode, I put my community down on green, I put my map down on lethal, and then I just go for it and kill a bunch of zombies, right? Like let's leave it at lethal and I'm just going to murder everything and I'm never going to run out of bullets. All lethal is mostly about showing how well you can use very few resources to kill all the zombies and the plague guards. So that's the big challenge for me. You're also going to find, for those of you who maybe aren't used to it, you're also going to find hunting down rocks. Apparently hunting down rocks is an important aspect of surviving. But hunting down these cases is also going to be a huge help. So if you know where those are, previously it's not something that you really needed to do. Like I would do it for funsies, but for the most part, like you can come in here. Ooh, a Timberwolf. Now I have a reason to go back and get that
Heavy ammo press.
the heavy ammo.
39 rounds of 50? I've never seen that ever.
That's because you're not me. I don't know. I am the luckiest survivor alive.
You're gonna, if you want more information about the beta, Joe, where can you get that information?
So I'm gonna put the website up later, and it will also be on the end screen when we do the awkward sign.
Okay.
However, you go to www.stateofdecay.com/contact. I think that's the way that you do it, and after that, you should be able to just find it. All right, Get out of here. All right, now we take the heavy ammo press, get in the car. We got to go back to base now. But essentially, what we're trying to do is we want to make sure that people feel challenged without feeling overwhelmed. There are some parts of this that might feel a little bit unfair, but I think for the most part I feel like we've done a really good job of putting a challenge out there for our high-end players. How are you going to do? I'm sitting here driving my door open for no reason. How are you going to choose to do this? What types of traits do you want to go for? Do you want to try to do this in a speed run, which somebody already has, and I won't say his name, but it rhymes with Schmalbound Hodun. So anyway, that guy has already done some speed runs because he's in the beta. If you sign up for the beta, you'll get to you get, once you're in for good on Steam, and as we put more stuff out into the beta, you'll get to test new features, kind of like this zone. But I can tell you, there's a lot more really exciting stuff coming, even beyond this zone, which I also find this is also one of the big reasons why I really like being here. What am I doing?
We've got some, in combination with this, some of the things that the team is working on is gonna, they're just game changers, guys. Just bear with us. I would like to say,
I didn't see what time it is.
3:55. I would like to say really quick that Jeffrey chimed in from sabbatical land and said, to tune Lethal Zone, basically, I just kept jacking up all the numbers until Joe lost a character.
Yes. And Brian before him, Brian had tuned everything to what he called the most insanely logical, but yet staying within the logical realm of doable that he could think of, and then he set me free on it. And I don't know that we've tuned anything to be easier for the player since then. Every change that Jeffrey did was to somehow make it harder. I think the one thing we did do was related to vehicle difficulty, but it's still like it's even they're basically still paper, even in comparison to Nightmare, which a lot of people complain about. I did have one more thing that I wanted to say. We've got so this is our Lethal Zone, folks. As you can see, I guess I didn't do it justice other than right at the beginning when I tried to get killed. But this is what you got to look forward to throughout here. Now, I do want to say thanks to everybody who's answering out there, and sorry that I'm so disjointed today. But my thoughts between like hosting and doing this stuff, play in Lethal Zone takes a lot more concentration than even Nightmare. So, but we do have one more thing on the agenda that I want to get to really quick, and it was talking about this stuff. So we haven't done a community spotlight in a while, and we just finished a pretty major update, or a pretty major contest, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows exactly how much we appreciate this. We went through all of the entries, all 21 of them that were correct, and so we're going to go through my personal favorites. Okay, so let's see how well I did here. All right, so first up is Squish Roar. Now this is number one, right? So this is you've got red on you. You can tell that there's the cricket bat right back there. You can see the cricket bat in there, but the exploding guts all over everything. What a great capture! Perfect. I think Squish Roar was also the one we went with for being number one. So I don't know. All right, this doesn't look like it's aligned properly, but we're going forward. Let's do it. All right. Number 2, they're not just for vampires anymore. So you can see Big Lou here has the senior pokey out and is attacking a plague heart. Just exactly what you should be doing. And of course, it's a plague heart that is clearly in one of these seconds auto shops. Perfect shot, Big Lou. I'd also like to give a shout out to the use of. I'm assuming you were using the flaming line mines here, but the red light that you were able to add there on the bottom, just super awesome. Next up, now this one was number 3, and the hint here was Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, which for those of you who don't know, if you're here, I'd be very surprised if you didn't know, was a reference to the Negan scene from The Walking Dead, both in the books and in the show. And oddly lemony here, you can kind of see it. She's beating an actual survivor to death here. This isn't a zombie that she's beating somebody down with Negan's bat, and I absolutely love this shot. Nicely done. Number 4, Ben, you know who you are. All right, so Ben, I was super impressed with this one. I really love this shot for 2 reasons. One, this is the Terminator, right? So you can see he's got the 1911 long slide with the laser sighting. And it also kind of refers a little bit back to Terminator 2 as well, because the guy that he's asking to take the clothes from has the full-on biker outfit. So nicely done. Well done, Ben. Now, Lucas, I really liked this one. This was the Spinal Tap clue, and you guys did a really super awesome shot here. Everybody did really well here, but I really liked this one because you can see the boombox in the background, and he's just going for it, like up on top of the raised area there. It was super great, and Lucas, you did a great job. I love this shot.
Yeah, all of these are amazing considering these are all amazing shots in a game that doesn't have a camera mode. You guys of you people have done amazing work.
This is really great. And then this was I really loved this one. This was the Face Off. This was the Face Off one, and I really liked this one a lot. There were a lot of good ones, but Steve, you came up with the great one. Steve, you should know who you are. I liked this one because not only are you wearing the correct Juggernaut mask, but you're standing next to a Juggernaut who you could have just ripped it off of, and every part of me just screams, yes, this is super awesome. So great job, Steve. Good job. And then I think we've got, is it 2 more or 1 more? Nope, just last one. And then Jen, you were definitely in our top 5, and this was the one that got you there. I really liked the fact that you got into the hack and slash so much from the Friday the 13th, the slasher movie type stuff, and it just looks great. So nice job. You can see the blood coming off the zombie there, and you're just hacking and slashing everything in sight. So well done, Jen. Well done to everybody who came in. That's our community spotlight for this week, and that puts us way past the hour anyway. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on back up here.
Lord Nash, Lord Nash, we don't have a release date for this.
And it looks like everybody's back to normal size now, so that's great, which means it's all off center. Other Joe?
Yes, Other Joe.
Our lethal producer. Would you like to say goodbye to the people?
Well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the stream, asking questions. It's been a long time coming. Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, we've wanted to do this since Green Zone shipped. We already knew there was an idea, but your response really fed us and really gave us the momentum and the need to do this. So we're happy to do this work, happy to make our hardcore players have something to look forward to, and just really excited for everyone to get their hands on this as soon as it's out.
Brant.
As usual, thanks everybody for spending time with us today. We love sharing this stuff with you, and can't wait to see the results of this out in the wild when we release this patch. So
Yeah, I am very much in the same boat. As you can see, I really like the lethal zone. I really appreciate all of you all being here. It means a lot to us that you come here every week, and watch our stream for news and updates and what's going on in the lab. And so, stay safe out there. Stay sane. We love you, and we want to see you back next week. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on out of here.
See you, everybody.
so we should have
Okay.
called this abusive zone because man,
Yeah. Well, I don't know how abusive it is, honestly. You know, I'm a survivor.
It seemed pretty fair to me. I mean, Joe didn't die. Clearly, it's not hard
No.
enough.
We're gonna have to do something major, but I don't know what it is.
I'm sure we'll think of something in the near future.
Maybe.